Ugh, enough of that. Go away, damn you! Oh, you're going to get it now!
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. Really lovely looking ear wax removal procedure for you today. Can't get my words out. There is a reason for that. I'll tell you in a minute. I'm not recording this again. What was I saying? Gee whiz. Some really lovely peeling at the end of this, so stay tuned for that. Now this was a chap, he'd not had this done before, but he had noticed that his hearing had changed. More so, he noticed it when he got water in it, which is very often the most common reason why people turn up here, that they notice they get water in and it doesn't come out as freely as it should do. Quite a sticky consistency this chap had, so put a bit of olive oil in there, made a big difference. As you can see, and this one was quite straightforward. The second one a bit trickier, but I think you'll enjoy it nonetheless. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it did get a bit trapped here and kept blocking up the tube a little bit, so I think I got a curette out to finish this one off. Before I forget, subscriber of the day is, and I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Chloe Sotiriou? No idea, Chloe. I do apologise. I'm sure I've probably got your name wrong, but your persistence has paid off, because you left a few comments. I do read every single one. And the last one I think I saw from you was it said something like, it's probably futile, but I'll keep trying. And your persistence paid off, so congratulations, you are today's subscriber of the day. And if you want that to be you, all you've got to do is subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment that says, I want to be a subscriber of the day. So you can see, just tidying up the last little bit of that with the curette. I think there was a little bit left that we went in with the fine in tube for. As I promised at the start of the video, why couldn't he get his words out properly? I mean, that just happens sometimes, but maybe more so today, because yesterday, or last night should I say, after work, literally straight after work, we, as you know, I've been involved in music most of my life, and every now and then I go and play with which comes from my dad. My dad's in a band where they do like little wine bars and little shows with just like an acoustic band with another two of his mates, and I join them every now and then. And so I played a little gig with them last night in what was it? It was a Belgian beer bar. Not many of them round here. Well, it wasn't round here. It was Merseyside way. And foolishly, the landlord said, he was that impressed with us. He said, you can have free beers all night. So that's probably the reason why I couldn't get my words out. I'm not hungover. I just feel a bit, because I love Belgian beers, and I had this one that I have not been able to get hold of for ages, and it's called Weiss beer, spelled with a W, pronounced Weiss, and I believe the prime ingredient is based on wheat rather than hops and barley. There might be those in it as well. I don't know. I'm no expert, but all I know is it's very nice and I like it, and it's given me a bit of an headache this morning. Now, I wouldn't ordinarily peel such a thin layer of skin on there. The reason why I did is I think it might lift up a little loose hair that is just lingering down there near the eardrum. And if you've seen any of the recent videos, I think there was one where I pulled a bit of hair that was touching someone's eardrum, and they said it made a massive difference. So that's the reason why I'm trying in this one. And also, speaking of ears, I've had a terrible time with mine over the weekend. I'm going to show you some images of it at the end of this video, which are quite shocking. And I think you'll be quite surprised, because I don't know if you remember a few videos ago I showed you an image of here's this hair, which just came off there, and as I try and get it again, it actually flew back in there. It's too deep to, well, you can get this with forceps. There's no reason to when it's that close to the eardrum, when you can just grab it like that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my ear. You'll have seen I showed you some images with the endoscope of my ear, or both of them, I think in a couple of videos ago. And there was a bit of skin and wax in them, nothing too sinister. But I did notice on that there was a little bit of dry, flaky skin on the outside. Thought it might be just a bit of inflammation. And it has been a little itchy. Anyway, over the weekend it got a lot worse. And when I say a lot worse, I mean a lot worse. And it turned into a really nasty infection, which didn't really affect the ear canal. It affected the outer ear here. And it got incredibly swollen, very red, very painful. I've never experienced it here before as well. So I don't get me wrong, I didn't want to get this infection, but it really helps to give you some empathy on what some of your patients are going through. So I think that's important. It's not, you can't just say, oh yeah, I'm sure it hurts a bit. If you've had it, then you know. And I think so. I'm glad in a way I got it. But they were me, because when I went to see my doctor, and fair play to them, I called them at I think 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 9:30, an hour and a half later, I'd had an appointment with the doctor, give me a prescription, went to the chemist, got the antibiotics, and I was back home in an hour and a half. So fair play. I know a lot of people berate the public health system, but it was fabulous that day for me. I think I just got lucky. But I was very relieved nonetheless to get it sorted, because it was so painful. And because obviously my doctor knows who I am and what I do. And the only, not confusion, but debate we were having amongst ourselves was, whilst, yes, there was a bit of inflammation in the ear canal and around the entrance, the bigger problem was how swollen and red the outer ear, the pinnacle ear, all the cartilage around here. And sometimes when that happens, it can be perichondritis, which can be caused by Pseudomonas aeruginosa, which is, if you've been watching these kind of videos, you'll know that can be a bit more of a serious infection and more difficult to treat, because it doesn't do well with antibiotics and can turn nasty. So it can be that ordinarily, tip for you, it doesn't affect the earlobe. So all here can get quite, and I'm not telling you about this procedure here, I thought you might want to know this. So all around here can get red. When you get perichondritis, infection of this, it usually spares the earlobe. So that might not be red. Now mine wasn't that red. Now if it's, so the other option it could have been was just the inflammation from the ear canal just spread out a little bit further, and it's kind of like cellulitis, infection of the cells, inflammation of the cells, and it just like kind of spreads to the outer ear. And we suspect that's what's happened, because to get perichondritis, it's more often than not it can be caused by trauma, but a piercing, something like that. And I did wonder whether there had been some trauma to it, because this weekend myself and my brother-in-law built a shed, and so there was a lot of drilling, a lot of sawing, splinters, wood flying everywhere. So I did wonder whether it could have got a little splinter in there, and the infection could have been triggered on the outer part of the ear itself rather than the inner ear. But it's fine now. So I think the doctor was probably right when they said, I don't think it's that. It's probably just your outer ear infection that's just spread and got a bit worse. But yeah, I'm going to show you some images after this procedure, some nice peeling before we finish it. And yeah, I built a shed. I'm absolutely hopeless at DIY, not going to lie, but I've had a garden makeover. I had a lot of men digging a lot of big holes in my garden, and it looks wonderful now. I will show some images at a later point. But to finish it off myself, I needed a new shed to store all my crap in. And so I bought one, and then I thought, I can't put this up myself, so I'll pay someone to do it. And someone gave us a quote. I'm like, how much? And then my brother-in-law said, I've built plenty of sheds. I can help you with that. Save you a few pennies. It turns out I discovered halfway through that he hadn't built sheds. He just wanted to have a go and help us out, because he's staying with us at the moment. And I'm sure he won't mind me sharing this either. He's staying with us because he's been through detox and rehab. It's quite extensive mental health issue. So I said, come and stay with us while you're recovering. Because he normally lives on his own. But I said, no, you come and stay with us. We'll look out for you, keep an eye on you, make sure everything's okay with your recovery. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so halfway through building the shed, at one point it looked like my geometry is not great, a trapezium. It was like, kind of like that. It was all over the place. Anyway, we got there in the end. But I'm not going to share any images of that when I show you the garden pictures at a later point, because someone will point out, well, that's not quite straight there. Oh, you missed a bit there. You left a few little gaps in between some of the wood panels. I thought, oh, I can fix that. He said, just get some expanding foam. That's foam that you spray in, and it expands. And then, but it looks a different colour, so you can see it. I'm like, I'll have to paint that brown so it matches the shed so no one notices. Anyway, nearly at the end of this one. A little bit left to peel. I know I haven't talked to you much about these ears, but as you know, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, I don't always do that. Because, well, it's boring. Telling you the same thing about ears. There's only so much you can know about them. Last little bit going to come off. Beautiful. Have a look at that. So what you're going to see coming up now is the first image of my left ear. Have a look how red that is. And it's shiny because it's so swollen. And at that point, it was extremely red, sore, painful. And that's it from more of a front on, along with my salt and pepper beard. More salt than pepper than there used to be. Looking at that, have a look how red and swollen that is. It was really, really sore. But after the antibiotics, which I had a course of flucloxacillin, that's what it looks like now. That was just about 5 minutes ago I took that picture. So you can see it's completely back to normal, thankfully. So I had, I think, 500 milligrams of flucloxacillin, which is a broad spectrum antibiotic. And the doctor decided, let's just throw everything at it. Let's get some antibiotic spray as well. More so because it's got this one, it's automised. It's got not just the antibiotic in it, it's got the acetic acid and also a steroid in it, which will help to calm down any inflammation and probably help a little bit with swelling as well. But it's fine now, as you can see. But yeah, definitely gave me some empathy. If people have this, really painful. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I know I waffled on, but that's what I do. What are you going to do about it? But for now, take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Ta-da.